Hi, my name is Jamie Cittadino, and I had the pleasure of meeting Cassie at Ivy Creek Elementary. For a couple of days now, I've been going back and forth on what to say. I never thought we'd be in this position, especially on Cassie's birthday a year later. But I keep asking myself, what would Cassie want? And I figured she would say something like she'd want everyone to be happy and everyone to share some good memories about her, with their little nose scrunched up, smiling. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. And we have our former boss here as backup. She is very good for us, and I know Cassie would love that. So I met Cassie in 2016 when she came to Ivy Creek. She was coming to 3rd grade to teach with us. And I'll never forget the day she moved to Ivy Creek. I told her to text me when she got there, and we'd help her move in her stuff. She backs in this huge U-Haul full of stuff, and just truckloads and truckloads of stuff. And we were sitting there like, oh my gosh, you have so much stuff. In 3rd grade, we don't do as much as the cutesy stuff, so she comes in and she has all these pictures, her beautiful stage, her chair, and so many sentimental things. So I love that about her. She hit it off with us in 3rd grade. I was her mentor, and I immediately was just drawn to her. There was something about her I just loved. She was just that all-American girl. She's pretty, smart, funny, easy to talk to, considerate. She's a great listener. That was a really tough year for her. My heart absolutely broke for her. She just started at a brand new school. She was just about to have little Ava. She was in a new county, a new grade level. She thought she was going to have all this maternity leave and then ended up not able to take the leave that she wanted. And she was about to be a first-time mom. It was extremely tough, but if you fast forward a few months, it was amazing watching her. It was amazing watching Cassie and John become parents for the first time. I always thought Cassie's calling was becoming a teacher, but after seeing her be a mom, I knew that's what she was meant to be. She was born to do that. I'd always loved hearing her first-time moments with Ava, like their first night home from the hospital, even though it was super challenging and you could just hear the stress in Cassie's voice. Her demeanor was so positive, even through all the challenging times. The following year, my husband and I found out we were unexpectedly expecting our first daughter, who I love now. A little shocking at first. And I pulled Cassie aside and I told her, I said, Cassie, I'm pregnant, and I start crying because I'm scared to death. And I have no idea what's going to happen, and she starts crying because she's happy for me. And that just describes her so perfectly. She's everyone's biggest cheerleader. 8 weeks later, though, she found out that they were pregnant with little Hattie. So immediately we felt a connection. Our girls were super close in age, so we did most of our pregnancy together. We did a lot of complaining together. We did a lot of teaching complaining together. And it was just so nice to bond with someone who's going through that same stage of life with you. We did both of our maternity leaves pretty much close together, and we were so excited that our girls were going to be in the same daycare with one another to have each other to lean on to. Cassie returns to work for 3 days, and then COVID-19 hit, and then we go digital with teaching. And if you don't know how teachers are digitally, it is not fun. We do not know what we're doing. So this was a big learning experience for us all. We both had newborns, and I'll never forget, Cassie was in a Zoom meeting. We had a grade level meeting. She's trying to nurse Hattie. She had her camera off, trying to present content. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl does it all. She's amazing. And then, even though those few months at home were super trying and hard, she handled it so well. She made a point to schedule an individual Zoom with every student in her class so she can listen to each child read. And we're sitting over here like, what's a Zoom meeting? How do you set up a Zoom meeting? Where do we get this? It was really tough, but Cassie made it look so easy. She then spread her wings and went to first grade. She was loved and adored just as much. We'd always crack up at the fact that first grade thought she was really, really good with technology. And she would come in and start laughing. She was like, they think I'm like some amazing technology person. And really, John would just show her something on Excel. And we're like, it's okay, keep it going. Let them think that. But we'd always get a crack about that's what she was known for. Cassie was a planner. She was a natural born leader. She was amazing at scheduling and planning everything. She'd always plan her play dates with our daughters. She made every outing so enjoyable and fun for our girls. My husband, Nick, and I, we'd always get so excited when we were meeting up with Cassie because they always had the best snacks with them. And I like to thank Patty for that. So then we both get pregnant again within 4 weeks of each other, and we find out we're both having another girl, so we're added to our girl gang. And just from the beginning of this pregnancy, it's been tough. It was really tough for Cassie. She didn't feel well. A lot of morning sickness, even though she got it in the afternoon. Her and John were both hospitalized with COVID. Thank you to daycare for that. But she was a trooper, and she kept on going with a positive attitude with it all. We're 10 months in, and I still struggle with this reality that we're living in. I'm so grateful for all the personal connections I was able to meet and make with Cassie and all the different groups of people here. I always cherished her late night texting when we both couldn't sleep because we were uncomfortable when we were both pregnant. All the Marco Polos we would have going back and forth. And just her willingness to help and love people so naturally. This year, in my 3rd grade class, I have 6 students that had the pleasure of having Cassie when they were in 1st grade. So I asked them to come talk to me. I just want to hear what's going on in their hearts and how they're handling with everything. I just want to love on those babies so much more because of everything that they've gone through and what they've lost as well. And I asked them, what did Miss Moats mean to you? Some of the responses I got, she was funny, nice, and had so much energy. She loved Starbucks. She loved the Atlanta Bulldogs. I said, what's the Atlanta Bulldogs? And the child said, it's when a little dog wears a t-shirt and Miss Moats goes and takes pictures with it. Okay, good. Another child said they love Miss Moats because she would always help them on their tests. The lasting imprint she made on every person she has touched is incredible. John, you're doing an amazing job. I have no words for what you're going through, but please know how proud we are of you. In our school at Abbey Creek, we have a mural of red cardinals dedicated to Cassie and her family in the library. We have a bench in her honor at the playground at recess where 2 of her 1st grade co-workers would watch her standing and holding her belly at recess last year. So we dedicated a bench in her honor. We also have these shirts that we wear on the 15th of every month to remember Cassie. There's going to be a sign-up sheet too as well up front if you guys would like to get one, if anyone is interested. Cassie made a remarkable impression on everyone's life. She was by far the most caring, nurturing, and kindest person ever. Anyone that had the opportunity to meet her is blessed because of the imprint she made on them. She's left a huge hole at Ivy Creek, and that will never be replaced. Even on the hardest of days where I feel like I can't pick up my puzzle pieces and put them back together, I just picture her in her classroom with her big stage, her rocking chair with her little pink Bethlehem jacket, all of her pictures on her wall, her 3 little girls in her room running around, and I just think I'm better because I knew her.